In this video, I'm going to show you MCP transcoding demo. I'm going to start with an existing API proxy called symbol customer version 1. I want to show you the detailed definitions of my proxy. So my proxy contains the following base path, and it will accept the verify API key. It does several functions including list, create, get, and update customer. And this is the refers to the backend endpoints. Now to test the REST API version of demo, I've got a client application hopscotch, which I have configured to enter my credential API key. And I'm going to click send, make a REST API calls to my proxy. And within the seconds, you can see that I've got my list of API which is list of customers. I can also, of course, set up a debug and have a debug session. And the next call that I'm going to make is get a customer by an ID. So I'm going to enter the customer ID number 15 and click send. Now I'll get the result. If I move back to my debug screen, you can see that this is a typical REST API call, and I'm getting the response all the way hitting my backend. Now, Apigee have a REST to MCP transcoding capability that we released a couple of weeks ago. The idea is we can leverage an existing REST API, and Apigee have features that allow you to transcode the REST APIs to make it MCP ready. So to get started, I'm going to start by showing you choose the create proxy, and from the proxy template, you need to choose the MCP discovery proxy. Now, once you choose this proxy, you will just give it a name. I'm going to give it a name called test MCP. The next important thing is you need to upload an OpenAPI specs. So the OpenAPI specs basically describe what API that you would like to explicitly let Apigee to transcode for you. If you notice that I've got an existing OpenAPI specs, which refers to the backend endpoint that I've got. The more important thing is I want to transcode the two path only, which is the list all customer as well as get specific customer. You notice that I don't have anything for update or create. So of course, I still need to define my API key as a security mechanism. So once I load that file, I'll just click next and deploy. It will take a while to deploy. So once you have done that, within a couple of minutes, my REST API will also eventually have an MCP endpoint. Now, how can we get started and test it is I have an MCP inspector running already, and you can see that this is the URL, my main URL, but with the suffix of /mcp. Of course, I need to define my API key as I mentioned earlier here. So I'm going to click connect, and you can see that now it is connected. So if I make a list tools, you can see that the show customer by ID as well as the list customer, which I indicate here, will get show accordingly. So if I click list all the customer and click run tools, you will be able to see that the result that I'm getting back is very similar, except this is MCP. Of course, if I were to move back to the debug session, I should be able to get the endpoint as well. Likewise, if I were to make show customer my ID and define the customer ID number 10 and click run tools, and I'll be able to get the result, which is this. Hope this is useful. Thank you.